Kate. So this is going to be a review on the GHD limited edition purple MK4 set. So before I get started on that, I just wanted to give you guys a quick overview of why I bought it and a little bit about my history with straighteners. I started straightening my hair 4 years ago, and it's my favorite way of styling my hair. I straighten my hair pretty much 4 times a week, and it's kind of my go-to hairstyle for everything. So I really do need a good straightener. My first straightener was a Remington Wet to Dry or Wet to Straight, something like that, straightener, and it was pretty good for its price. It's a drugstore straightener, which I would recommend if you're starting off with straighteners. I'll put a link to it in the sidebar, which is that way, I think, or that way. I think it's that way. And I'll put a link to it on the sidebar so you guys can check that out. But that was my first one. Then I got a couple of other drugstore ones that I don't really remember because they kind of sucked really bad. After that, I got my first expensive straightener, which was my Chi. It was the regular black classic Chi. Then after that, for my Sweet 16, my best friends got me this. This is the Chi volumizing iron, and it works amazing. It's a really good straightener. It's called a volumizing iron because it's really good. It's the way the barrels are. They're made to create volume. They're made for curls, flips, everything of that sort. So it's a really good iron for everything. And one of my favorite features is this part right here, which lets you control the temperature, which I will talk about later. And it's a really good iron. I loved it. It's really tiny, and it's something different. So I liked it a lot. It was, at the time when my friends bought it for me, it was over $200, so obviously it was a very expensive iron, and it works really well to straighten my hair. The only thing is it's broken now, which, if you were wondering, this is hot glue that I got from my stepbrother, and if you can see that right there, it literally snapped off. After this broke I think last week, I decided to start researching new straightening irons. This is the box it comes in, and the box is absolutely gorgeous. You can just, when I opened up my cardboard box and I saw this, I was like, this was a good idea. You know, it's such a pretty box. It says limited edition set purple GHD right there, and then the top is like, I don't know, like a velvety texture. And it says GHD on it in like little rhinestone kind of things. So from the box, they give you this little traveling case, which is absolutely adorable. Looks like this. It's got the same design on it. Yeah, and then the plates are purple as well. And there's only 2 buttons. There's the on and off right here, and then this is the light indicator to tell you when it's ready or not. The cord is purple as well, which is kind of cute, and it has one of these big little plug-in thingies. Now, the good thing about this GHD is that, GHDs in general actually, is that it's a UK-based company, so these things can adjust to any voltage. So if you travel, like I go to the UK and to Asia, and if I travel, I can take this with me. One of the best things about this is that it heats up very quickly. I don't know the exact seconds. I think it's less than 20, but it heats up amazingly quickly. So I'm going to show you guys that right now. So here it is. I plugged it in right now, and I'm going to turn it on. And if you see that red light just turned on and that beat. So now I'm not going to edit this out so you guys can see how quick this heats up. I can already smell the, you know, the smell of a straightener, if that makes any sense. That's it. It's done. I know it might seem like a lot if you're watching this and you're like, okay, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, why is this not working? But I mean, compared to this one, it's freaking amazing. Compared to pretty much all my straighteners, it's probably one of the fastest straighteners ever. Great way of telling if a straightener works really well is by seeing how many times it takes for you to run it through your hair to get your hair as straight as you want it. With my Chi, which is supposed to be a very good straightener, and it is a really good straightener, it took me 2 turns, sometimes more, but usually 2. This literally just takes me 1. I know my hair isn't curly right now because this is just a review. I'll be doing a tutorial with this, but this is just a review right now. But I can just go once and it'll be completely straight. I don't know if you guys can tell that. See how straight that is? So that's really cool about this. So yeah, it makes your hair silky smooth. So yeah, it gets rid of any static in your hair and it gets rid of all the frizz. It takes me 10 minutes to straighten my hair. And it takes forever usually because I have a lot of hair, I have layers and stuff, and it literally took me 10 minutes. It gives you volume because of the rounded barrels again. You can easily create volume with this, which I did, so I know it works really well. Now, again, like I said, you can curl with this and create waves with this. I haven't done that yet, but I'll be trying that out soon. And when I do a tutorial, I will show you guys how to do that too. Another awesome feature, which is really useful for someone like me, and if you're like me and you forget things very easily, is that it turns off automatically after 30 minutes of you not using it. So in my room where I keep my straightener, my carpet has burns in it because I've left my straighteners on all day. Like one morning I went to school, came home, didn't touch my straightener. The next morning it was on for 24 hours, and I had like huge like brownish red marks on the carpet because I left it on too long. I love everything about the GHD except for one thing. There's one major con for me, and this was actually kind of a deal breaker. If I wasn't so needy, if I didn't need a straightener as badly as I did, because this one the volumizer broke, I probably would have still been contemplating, because the GHD can do no wrong except it has no temperature control. Like this one. This one has temperature control, and this one goes for I think from 60 to 180. Yeah, 60 to 180. And that's just useful, guys. It really is. I mean, I don't know if this is a big deal for a lot of you or not, but for me it is. I like to know how much heat I'm putting in my hair, and I like to be able to control that much heat. When I straighten my hair, I usually don't go all the way up to 180. I go up to like 100, I think, or like 120 maximum, because I'd rather just be able to do that than put so much heat to my hair. But when you curl your hair, I think you need more heat. So whenever I'd use this to curl or create waves, I'd go all the way up to 180. And then for touch-ups the next day, I would go back to like 60, and it'd be good. With the GHD, you're kind of stuck. You have to use one temperature, which is not that good for me because I feel like I'll be frying my hair more often, you know? So yeah, the temperature control thing is kind of a bummer. I'm sure that eventually GHDs will have temperature control on them because of, demand and stuff, but right now they don't. Last thing, price. I know that it's going to be really pricey for some of you, and it's going to be, people who aren't into straightening their hair are going to be like, why would you spend, $200 to $300 on a straightener? And I totally agree with that. Again, like I said, it was a really informed decision. It took me a while to decide on this, and it took a lot of pressure, because if this hadn't broken, I really don't think I would have ever bought that one, at least not this year. But you know what? I'm glad this broke, because I don't know how I lived without this. It's still hot. I can't tell you guys how much I love it. It's an amazing, amazing, amazing straightener. It's definitely the best one I've tried, and like I've told you, I've owned many, but I have tried more than that. This is the holy grail of straightening your hair. It's the best straightener money can buy. Okay, so if you have the extra cash or have a birthday or something coming up and you like to straighten your hair, get a GHD. I promise you, you will not regret it.